Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos, and welcome to my weekly Vault video. So I got a little bit inted last week due to my internet going down, because there was a storm on Tuesday that I guess made my internet bad, so I wasn't able to raid, main raid, or alt raid in my guild this week. They cleared very quickly without me there, almost as if I was the problem. And that means I've not got very many raid slots actually opened in my vaults here. So we've got my warrior here. My warrior did do a bunch of keys last week, got some nice IO. So I've got 8 dungeons done. I've got vaults available. So what we're looking for here, first of all, a socket would be fine, but we'd really like to see a weapon. Strike twice would be the best possible thing. Oh, there it is. Wowee. That's very, very good. All right, we'll take strike twice. That is one of the extremely few upgrades that could be in this M+ row for this character. The only other thing I could think of would be, I don't think there's actually any upgrades besides, I guess, other weapons, but strike twice is the best one. So yeah, we'll put strike twice on, stick a little frozen devotion or something on it. Maybe Sophic devotion even, but let's just put on frozen devotion. And if I want to change that later, I can. Wow, that is again, my warrior should not be having an easy time getting upgrades out of the vault, especially without any raid rows. Like, with the raid rows available, I could get a 424 helmet, which would be nice, but yeah, with that not being an option, this is incredibly good luck. And yeah, 422 equipped now. That is pretty good. There's really not much that it doesn't get much better than this, so yeah, just 424 helmet and I think we're done at that point. I don't know what else could be found, so. All right, well, that's a good start. That is, wow, that's a really good start. Okay, we go monk next. Now, my monk, I think, also didn't get to raid last week, so we'll see what sort of items we can get out of the vault here. I think I only did 4 keys on this character only. I end up doing a lot of these keys with Spen. Spen has this army of alts that he's trying to level up that are very low item level. He's prepping for next tier. I end up getting roped into those, but it's good because I get to get all my vaults finished, so that is nice at least. But yeah, we'll see what we've got in this vault. Opening in Windwalker loot spec, that's probably fine. Kind of not much that would be good here, like gloves, 421. All right, bracers and a Wolfstride pendant. Neither of these are particularly exciting, but this character has already taken 4 tokens of merit, so another 4 actually is a socket. Because it would suck normally to not get a good upgrade when you don't have 3 slots, but here at least this is a socket. I don't really have anything great to slam the socket into. I have a heroic Aranog ring, but I haven't even put on... Yeah, I haven't even put on an amulet yet on this character, so that's kind of a whatever slot here. I mean, the thing is, vaults on this character are pretty slim as well, right? Like, you can see I've already got pretty much everything I could possibly want, especially if I'm not opening raid slots, not trying to get a very rare ring. It's just like gloves or pants that would be item level upgrade, like 6 item levels on those, and weapons as well. That character. I like the Mog I've got going on this character as well. That character's pretty much done. All right, Ret Paladin. Now, my Paladin, I did do 2 out of 8 Mythic on. I also did 4 keys, so I can take a socket out of this vault, but sockets are not... I don't think this character actually has any unsocketed items at this point either. I'll have to check. But I think I got like a naturally socketed tier 411 Leech helmet fairly early into this character's lifespan and have been wearing that. At some point, that should turn into, I guess, a 421, but that won't really happen unless I get lucky out of my vault. I guess I could kill Razageth on this character, but I don't really want to. So yeah, we've got a good shield now as well. We've got the Broodkeeper's shield. We've got a Leech one-hander. I'm going to stay loot spec Rot, because I could use a better one-hander. A 421 one-hander would, I think, overtake the Leech for me. There's not really too much we could see here, though. Matriarch's Opulent Girdle. Well, that is a nice belt. Better than these things. The only other option would be a socket. I could socket the Signet of Dancing Jade, but this is just going to turn into an Onyx Amulet once I go do some Forbidden Reach on this character. So I actually think I'm just going to take Matriarch's Opulent Girdle. Yeah, I already have 6 tokens of merit as well. I already have a spare socket. So let's just take this Opulent Girdle, and we'll use this thing into next tier potentially if we put a socket into it, and if we want a different embellishment that's not Unstable Frostfire Belt, we could get like the, you know, Haste Pants embellishment or something like that. Either way, this just seems like good, you know, covering one's bases. So, all right, not a huge upgrade for that character, but that's another character where upgrades are kind of hard to find. At this point in the season, we're definitely running low on chance to see good items on most of these characters, but if you stay tuned to the end of the video, that's when you see the rats opening their vaults, and the rats definitely are much more likely to see something good. All right, Demon Hunter. Now, my Demon Hunter has already seen 2 pair, both of these rings, twice out of the vault, so really hoping to not see any more of those. I don't think I've did the raid on this character either. Maybe I did. So, yeah, loot spec is Havoc. If I did the raid, I'd like to see a Whispering Incarnate icon. Otherwise, weapon, boots, cloak, tier slot that's upgrading a 415. Ooh, a crit verse weapon, or a 421 belt. But yeah, we're going to take this weapon. I've been offered weapons in my vault for like the past several weeks on this character, and I've continued to just pass them up. But we'll take one of those now and get a little 3-item level main hand upgrade. Not bad. Not bad at all, especially because my auto attacks. I guess this doesn't scale with eye level on my main hand, but so not a big deal. But yeah, all right, cool. Weapon, little upgrade for the Demon Hunter again. A useful vault. Hard to complain especially when you're opening only like 2 slots in your vault. Hard to complain that one of them is slightly useful, especially because there's not really big upgrades outside of those very rares in raid, and these characters didn't get to raid last week due to the Tuesday internet disaster. Demon Hunter, or Death Knight, I think this character did raid. I think this character did do raid, but only did 1 key. So we're still in a spot where we can't take a socket, although I have 4 tokens of merit, so we could take a socket, actually, if we wanted to. But what we really want is a Mythic Aeronog ring. Okay, all right, hang on. Hold up. This might be what we really wanted, actually. Now that I think about it, this might be a better outcome for old Deadnose. Little Manic Grief Torch. Replace this Heroic Storm Eater's boon with a Mythic Grief Torch. And that Grief Torch is really good for, like, this sort of thing. It's really good for raid. It's useful in M+ and stuff as well, but yeah, this is it's just so useful. It's so good to have, so it's so much, I mean, one of the best trinkets they've made in ages, so. All right, well, 424 Grief Torch, can't complain about that. That's pretty good. All right, Drap Moose is up next. Now, I think this character may only have 1 key and no raid. If it has more, it's going to be a pleasant surprise. Let's put it that way. I don't think it does, though. But it's also, I had the opportunity to do some of the stuff that I did on other characters on this character, but I was looking at his gear, and it's just not really realistic to get much on this character anymore. So I'm going to open in Balance Loot Spec, because I would like a Furious Rage Feather. If there's a Furious Rage Feather in this vault, we're gonna have a little moment here. Okay, there's not. There's a Gold Scar Pelt, which is not particularly good. I don't have any tokens of merit. I'm still gonna take the 2 tokens of merit, because I don't really care about changing secondaries on a cloak. I'd rather free myself up to take 4 tokens of merit in the future and get a socket, because, you know, I have a feeling that the size of the vaults is going to be smaller in the coming weeks than it was in the previous weeks. There's a new PoE season coming out soon. The amount of alt keys and stuff and 2 out of 8s that I get myself into may be diminished a little bit compared to the last month, where I was really keeping those up at a pretty high rate. All right, speaking of things, here's my Warlock. It's very bad still. Has a little bit of Primalist gear on it. I out DPS the healer, but not the tank in the Shadowman 20 I did on this character. To be fair, we 2-chested, so, you know, it was pretty good. Now, some would say that I had nothing to do with that, but let's see what we've got in the vault as a reward for our efforts here. Warlock, one of the classes where loot spec does not matter, which is nice as well. Don't have to think about it. All right, a Crit Verse Ring is not especially compelling stats. and also like one of my rings is going to be an amulet at some point on this character. It's not like amulet's not insane for Warlock or anything, but yeah, I still can't take anything other than the ring here. This is one of the weaker outcomes that we could have seen in this vault. Anything except for a cloak would have probably been better. Like anything except for a cloak and a bad trinket would have probably been better, but you know, that the joy of a rodent character is that it kind of doesn't matter, right? Like you're 90% to see an upgrade, and it's just a question of how big the upgrade is. All right, this is my Evoker. My Evoker is actually not much of a rat. I think I did a 24 on this character last week. It's kind of fun. I actually really enjoy the Devastation playstyle, although I enjoy it in the context of the stuff that they're changing and taking away next patch. So that's kind of sad. Like it's weird. I have this feeling of like, oh, it's an alt that I actually kind of want to play more and like get kind of good at, and you know, maybe even replace this 343 ring at some point on. But then I remember that next patch they're just taking away all the fun parts about it, so that makes me sad. But maybe they'll change their mind or add something fun back in for the spec for next patch. All right, we'll see what we got in the vault here. Oh, wow. That is quite a good replacement for the old Crimson Combatant's Jeweled Signet. That is a really good outcome out of the vault there. I picked a good character to go do a 2 out of 8 on. The old Evoker. Oh, epic. Epic indeed. That's gonna really annoy anybody watching this, I suspect. Earning the epic achievement off of this item. That is quite something. Alright, well, we are gonna stick... Oh, the auction house is closed at the moment. Alright. Well, we're not gonna put a masterful enchant on the ring then. Hope I remember later. Maybe it's fixed now. Nope, the auction house... Alright, just closed at the moment. Well, I guess I'll just have an unenchanted Seal of Tyrannus chosen. Whatever, not a big deal. Hope you've enjoyed this video. There was some pretty good luck this week, TBH. This week is one where I would not... The last few weeks, if I could, I would like re-roll all the vaults. Like if I had the option to go back in time and like re-roll those vaults, I would. This week, absolutely not. There was some gas in the vaults this week. That is good. All right, well, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.